South Texas, here we go. Let's see once it starts actually getting everything together. There we go. Live from South Texas on the road, just 7 miles from the Mexican border. It's Patrick and 1 Minute Knife Review. I hope everyone has a good day today. It's Hump Day, Wednesday, July 8th, and beautiful, sunny, hot day here in South Texas. As usual, we might have some thunderstorms later tonight. And other than that, it's just a normal day. I hope I hope it finds everybody well. And if people start popping in here, we'll start having some conversations. Otherwise, we'll wrap it up after 5-10 minutes. We'll see how it goes. Oh Lord! Oh, stretch and move, stretch and move. Oh, I've got time to kill this morning. It's a we had a wheelchair evaluation that got canceled. So the way those work is I have to go with the technician to do the evaluation so that all the data is entered on the same government form so that the patient can get approved for a power wheelchair or power mobility device. That's that's one aspect of the work that I do. But today's got canceled, so I've got like an hour, believe it or not, to sit around here and figure out what to do or hang out. So probably won't hang out with you all that long. I'll probably go in gas station here and fart around or get lottery tickets or something. We'll see. Hey, Blue, how are you today? Good morning. I hope today finds you well and healthy. You and Sis too. I hope it finds you both doing okay. Usual Wednesday morning here in South Texas, hot and sunny. We live for air conditioning down here. It's the story of life, right? Remind me where you're at, Blue. I know I'll get your address later when you send the package, but that you sent. But remind me where you're at. I'm trying to remember. Yes. I want to say you're here in Texas as well, but am I wrong? There's such a long delay. Lubbock. Yeah, you are in Texas too. Okay, see, I remembered. My memory isn't that terrible. Actually, my memory is horrible. So, I go by screen names because I often can't remember people's names, and I mean no offense by that. So there's a story behind it. Well, for a moment, I had four people in here, and now it's just you again. At least that's what the thing shows here. So there's a story behind that. It's quite interesting. It's how I became a physical therapist and why I can't remember people's names. It's a very fascinating story. There's this thing called facial agnosia, which is an inability to recognize faces. Now, I don't have exactly that problem. What I have is some kind of a crossover problem in which I cannot associate people's names with their faces, or I do not get the facial feature recognition that ties in with the name. And that comes because as a kid, I had vision problems and I was never diagnosed. I mean, from first grade on, I wasn't able to see people's faces. And I was never diagnosed with it until I was like 10, 11 years old when I got my first pair of glasses, right? And then all of a sudden, my spelling improved, and my grades, everything went a whole lot better. All of a sudden, I could see. But what that caused was a phenomenon in which to recognize people or to understand who I was talking to, or when meeting people, I had to watch how they moved to know who they were. I couldn't tell by looking at them and recognizing their faces, at least not very easily. I remember at summer camp one time when I was like 7, playing with a bunch of kids, and I couldn't remember which kids they were the next time I saw them because I couldn't see them, couldn't recognize their faces. And I'm sure people thought I was really rude and obnoxious, and I wasn't meaning to be. I just simply couldn't recognize people. So anyway, how that ties in with my profession, well, it's quite ironic. Now I make a living literally watching people move. That's what I do. As a patient comes to me, I watch them move and I say, hey, this is what's wrong with you. So why you're not moving properly. And I also check strength and things like that. But it's ironic. My living, my entire career in business, my life's work has been based on watching people move. Very interesting. Lindley, I hope I'm saying that. Lindley. Welcome. Hi. You're welcome to my live stream. I am in the process of building up to 1000K, which we're getting closer. So please like and subscribe, and come back for more. I will be doing a live stream more or less every morning, weekdays, sometimes Saturdays. Uh, about this time again, more or less, because I'm on the road between patients, and so I usually have a little downtime here in the morning for about 15 to 30 minutes, and so I will pop on and do that. So, anyway, I appreciate that. When I do reach 1000K, by the way, we will be having a decent giveaway. My plan is to give away a ProTech. I believe I'm going to give away a ProTech Sprint, but I'm going to give away one of their more fancy edition ones with the mother of pearl button and all that stuff. So, and of course, not exactly at 1000K. We got to get past 1000K, and I got to get 4,000 hours of view time in. So hanging out with me and giving me your time here for these live streams racks up the time, and I really appreciate it. I do. Let's get into my knives today. For my first knife to show you all, we have a throwback that probably none of you will recognize. Well, none of you, all 4 or 5 of you, will recognize. Anyway, thank you, uh, Lindley. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. So this is the um, God, I gotta remember the name of it. It's the Real Steel. Is it Herringer Fledgling? I think it is. I'm so bad when you're on a live stream. You know the pressure. You're trying to remember names and stuff. I think it's the Harrier Fledgling, something like that. Anyway, it's a really cool knife. Knife fail there. It's got topographical carbon fiber in the inlays, and very interesting use of carbon fiber. Not one that I'm real familiar with. It's a hey Cobell, hi. Please like and subscribe. I'm trying to get to 1000K and build up my view time. So please come on in and hang out with us. I'll show you a couple knives, and I'll be here off and on every morning, weekdays, to spend some time with y'all. And I appreciate it. So if you want to give me your time and share, I am flattered. I really do appreciate it. So the Harrier Fledgling, that's it, Harrier Fledgling. Nice. It also has some interesting standoffs in the back. It is a titanium frame lock with an inset lock bar facing and over travel stop. And just all in all, a very interesting knife. It's a Kit Carson design. Looks like a Palisade. Really? I guess so. Maybe. I suppose. I do have a couple of Bally's, but I don't have anything good. I have like these cheap knockoff ones, you know. The thing I find fascinating about this one, and you're gonna have a hard time seeing it, but I think I can get in there. You can see the pivot there. It's a closed sealed pivot. It does come with a tool to take a specialized tool, by the way, to take it apart, but it's a completely sealed. So, do I have a karambit? Yes, I have a couple of karambits. Do I carry them? No, I've found most of the time that karambits are not super functional or useful for daily tasks. They tend to be rather specific. They're really useful for gardening. When I use one for gardening, with that that hook shape, it's really useful for that traditional hook bill knife shape. Um, Otherwise, they're pretty much useful for martial arts and fighting. I did study martial arts. I have studied karate, hapkido, judo, and American Kempo. It's well, yeah, with that close pivot, it's really good for dirty environments. I think that was the intent, is to keep any kind of dirt out. It does have bearings in it. I haven't taken it apart because I have a feeling that these are not caged bearings. I have a feeling these are the loose ones, and I don't want to deal with them running away everywhere. And besides, it still works good, so I'm good with that as far as it goes. What was I saying before that? Oh, karambits. And martial arts. I did get to one belt short of testing for my black in American Kempo, and that was in my 40s, mid 40s, and that was 12 years after having back surgery. Um, what is my favorite knife? That is a horrible question to ask a knife collector because it's like saying pick your favorite child, right? My favorite knife. It varies, but for the most part, I'm gonna go actually with. I don't think I can give you one. I can give you maybe one per brand. Spyderco Smock is absolutely my favorite in terms of carry and design and style and everything like that. I carry it on Saturdays for the most part. Um, but I other knives have other reasons why I like them, and so they're slightly different. For example, I carry a small Sabenza with me pretty much every day because it's so thin that it slips right inside the scrub pockets down on the leg, and it sits there. And so having it right there in case I need it for any kind of an emergency or whatever, like I ever have emergencies. I'm a therapist, not an EMT. Um, is it's right there. It's real thin, but it doesn't feel bulky in the pocket, so it carries really nice. And that's actually one of the nice things about the smock. That and the action on the smock's wonderful. So, um, let's see here. What are we else would say about that? Other brands. I mean, like with Benchmade. Um, I have a favorite Benchmade, for example. I would say that I do not. Actually, they all the Benchmates kind of blend together with me. You know what I'm saying? Um, I carry the Fact. I like the Benchmade Fact. I like the Bug Out. I like the Mini Edemus. I have a couple of um, others. I've got like a Valet. I've got a couple of very nice. I've got a Gold Class Tengu, but I don't tend to carry them. So that's Benchmade. Other brands like Civivi, I own a couple. I don't own very many Civivis. I don't own very many things like that. I tend to like obscure stuff that people might not have seen that much, or the higher end quality stuff. I guess that brings me to my second knife today. I also collect first editions or first releases that people have and that they've done, and I also brought the Forus with me. Dylan Mallory knives for us. He made like 250 of these ones, the first ones that he brought out, and it's just like super slicey and thin. I mean, it was like a laser blade in terms of thickness. Uh, I like the knife. I like his design language, and I like collecting first knives put out by makers because, I don't know. It's just a way to collect, right? We all have different ways that we curate our collections, and and one of the ways that I like to do that is by designer and things like that. I've said this before. I also collect by knife steel. If you go back and look, I've put out a bunch of knife steel videos in which I'm categorizing my collection by budget steels, good quality steels, high end steels, and the rest. I'm still pending, by the way. My teeth, yeah, I have ugly teeth. I have, in fact, really bad teeth. Thank you very much. And I'll tell you a story about that too. I inherited really bad teeth. My wife, my mom, and I'll have all of hers crowned by the time she was 18, all of them. Insane. And so, um, do I keep my knives in order? No, no, I don't. I have them in. I keep them more in order by carry. The ones that I tend to carry more are in my rolls and hanging things. So. Thanks, Blue. I appreciate that. But I don't mind people criticizing me. It's a valid criticism. I have really ugly teeth, little like rabbit teeth, and I used to have a like an orc tooth sticking out of the side here. It went away. You know how that is. But yeah, I don't mind people saying that. Comparing the knives of really, I honestly, I think you need to look at the Spyderco Salt um, line of knives there, Islander. And thank you for coming. Please like and subscribe. I am working on 1,000 subs plus to monetize, and the view time, which I appreciate your time here with me. Yeah, saltwater work. I do keep the boxes. I don't keep them in the boxes. I keep all my boxes. I have a collection of boxes too. Saltwater. I know Highlander salt. No, but like I would say like the Native 5 Salt edition in Magna Cut. Have you had Magna Cut rust on you? If you have, you should do a video and show people because people will freak out. If you had, if it's pricey, I understand they are pretty expensive. Yeah, but the Spiracle Salt series, yeah, exactly. Um, it's David Letterman. No, I don't have that big of a gap. Thank you for making me laugh. I appreciate it. You know what? You want to hear a story? I actually was one degree removed from David Letterman. My dentist, ironically, when I was younger, the oral surgeon was David Letterman's roommate at Ball State University. And oh my God, did they? Did he didn't get the sense of, he didn't get the humor. Letterman got the funny bone, and the dentist tried and didn't. One of his favorite things to do was walk into the room and go, "Oh, I'm back," like a bad habit, but he would do it every single time you saw him. It's like awful. Anyway, but he was a nice guy, and he did work. But yeah, it is the same. Um, you know, Tommy, that is something that I will actually ask you not to do. Thank you. Religion, politics, things like that, sexual stuff, things that might be offensive to people. Please, we really don't want in the knife community. We try to keep things polite and respectful, and we really just do not want to have that in the community. At least I don't want it around. Now, if you want to come back and be an example of how to live as a Christian and as a religious person, then absolutely you can join the community and do so, and there's more power to you. I respect that, but we don't want to be pushy and proselytize to people. It's not appropriate in this community. So thank you, Blue. I appreciate it. Which of the salt? That's what I was saying. It depends on what your use is. If you like, they do actually make a couple of specific ones for I was it like the Pacific salt or something like that. So they make some very specific knives for salt water, but then they also have that salt series. I would pick one that you like. I would just avoid the H1 steel, and I'm not sure about H2 Blue. I don't know what you think about that, but H1 steel is. I have a knife in that, the arc. It's very luminish. I don't know how to describe it, but it's not a very strong steel. It'll get sharp, but it won't stay sharp. Cutting hoses, ropes, something. Then you probably want to go ahead and get a serrated, a serrated Spyderco. Is it called the Pacific? I think. But that would probably be the way you'd want to go with that. Or if they make a serrated, or you can find a serrated Native 5. Um, and yeah, if you have to be underneath cutting things, then you absolutely want something serrated. You don't want to be, messing around with trying to hack your way through something. You want something that's going to saw through it immediately. So I would look into the Spyderco serrated knives and see what you get. Uh, Nothing but turds and fields around. I just meant on the name. I couldn't remember the name of that. There's the one with the black and yellow stripes. That Spyderco. I can't remember the name of it right now off the top of my head. And so that's the one I was thinking of. But yeah, I would check it out. Yeah, good. You take care, and please, man, come back and hang out with us and give me your view times. I appreciate it. I really do. And it's a shame, Blue, that you had to chase away people. I don't like doing that. I agree on the reasoning. Those are the three things that I don't really want to have anyone getting upset about with our online. We're here to have fun. Yeah, but yeah, hey, thank you. Uh, is Landry? Is Landry? That's what I'll call you. Is Landry? If I get it wrong, I'm sorry. But yeah, hey, thank you, and good luck on your quest to find just the right knife. I would definitely look into like Magna Cut, and I would look into serrated if you can find it somewhere. And those would be my choices for everything I know about knives. And of course, I do live near the coast. I'm about an hour from South Padre Island. So, I haven't had a lot of trouble with knives rusting, but I have had some like uh, some patina and stuff develop on some of my non-stainless knives, and so I'm very careful with them. And the air does tend to get a little bit salty down here. So let's see. Oh, it's asking me to post stickers and polls and all kinds of stuff. Boy, YouTube really wants us to be interactive. So hey, post stuff, please. I'm if you can't tell, I tend to be a little bit rebellious when it comes to manipulative practices, and YouTube's are somewhat manipulative for creators. That's for darn sure. Um, and so it is what it is. Yeah, but if you want to play the game on their platform, you have to play by their rules. So that's the way we do it. Uh, um, well, guys, I think I will probably wrap up. One more look at the forest. I think this is number like 87 out of them. If you remember, JB from Saturday Night Live just got it. So, um, yeah, exactly. It's always gonna happen. There's always going to be people that want to come in and spam and be obnoxious. And like I said, I don't mind if they want to give me their time. I'll take the time. I appreciate it. But if it's offending other people, yeah, no, that's got to stop. We don't do that. And if it's crossing the line, like I said, in terms of politics, religion, just because there are so many different views, there's no way to have a conversation about any of those things on YouTube and not have someone be upset or offended, and that's not what we're here for. We're here to relax and have a good time, show off knives, hang out, visit, and that's what we're here for. So, um, anyway, I appreciate everyone who's come. Blue, I'm going to wrap this up. I appreciate everyone who's come. I hope you all have a very happy Wednesday. I will be back tomorrow again, probably more or less the same time, give or take 20 minutes. And so if you're around and you're online, you get a notice, please pop in and help out with the channel growth. I appreciate it. If you didn't hear, as Landry, I am at 1K. We'll be having a giveaway once I get it monetized. I'll be having a decent giveaway. I've already got the knife. It's going to be a Protect, so I hope you all will be interested in getting it. It's a beautiful knife. I just yeah, I hope you enjoy it. Yes, thanks, Blue. I appreciate it. Thank you for coming, Blue, and being here in the mornings and looking for me and being willing to help out. I really appreciate it. That's very kind of you. Very kind. Everyone else, thank you for coming in and chatting. And if you popped in and you didn't chat, please next time leave a message. Let me know you're here. I like saying hi to people, and I want to know who's coming to see me. I appreciate it. I want to be able to say thank you. And the more I get to see your name, I mean, the more you come into the community, the more we welcome you. We want you to be here. So I appreciate that. I hope everybody has a wonderful day today. Oh, no worries, Blue. If you're not ever here, I won't be offended. I will know that it's something. Don't worry. I'm amazed anyone showing up. So thank you. Thank you very much in the first place for even coming at all. I really am. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Have a happy Wednesday. I will see you on the next one. This has been Patrick. God bless you all. Bye. And here I say no religion, right? And I say that. You know what? That's generic. So there we go. So now you get to look at my face and look at my nostrils while I create and coming up with something to say and do. It really is very challenging. So anyway, you all have a wonderful day. Bye.